Yeah. This is why I just use charts and I react rather than trying to predict. If you follow my videos, this is not a new revelation or a new, admission on my part, but I am terrible at guessing. Guessing is not my thing. Going through the headlines, I get confused. You have all sorts of different dynamics, different opinions. So I just stick with the technical chart because the technical chart is not what I think is happening. It is what is happening. And there's a huge difference there. And case in point, I want to go over a screenshot that I took that's very recent as of the recording of this video, but I realize that if you're watching this 6, 7, a year from now, maybe it's not relevant in the terms of headline news, but the concept is without question the same, and it will always be the same. So the context going into this was that, if the Fed, the Federal Reserve, if they raise interest rates, then that is not good for the market. Again, this is what the headlines are all saying and have been saying. If you're watching this relative, let's say within the next few weeks, this should sound vaguely familiar. Maybe the headlines are not talking about something else, but I promise at the time of this headline and the time of this video, there's a lot of talk out there about interest rates and how if the Fed increases interest rates, then that is going to lead to the stock market. It's going to be not good for the stock market. That's the correlation. Feds raise interest rates, talk about raising interest rates, the Fed minutes, and they meet, they take the minutes, they read them, all that stuff. Any sort of talk, any sort of implications about raising interest rates, that is like bearish for the stock market. And then this has happened. So I guess let's just get to the headline, and it makes me laugh because it's really just, that's why headlines predicting, you just can't do it. So down at the bottom, notice what the headline says. Fed minutes, all signs pointing to more rate hikes ahead. All right, these are not my words. All signs point to what? Well, this thing right here. And what did we just discuss? What's the correlation? What is everybody saying? What have everybody been implying? That right there. Maybe you already saw it, but let's go up to the top of the screenshot now. So as you see up at the top, breaking, Dow surges 300 points after release of Fed minutes. Like I said, this has a lot more context. You'll probably get a little bit more kick out of it if you're watching this when relatively after this video is released, because all the talk and heck, even the headline right there, which is now saying that all signs, and now the Dow surges 300 points after the Fed minutes, which say that interest rates have all signs of going up. Yet, my point being, even if you aren't watching this near term, that's why headline trading at its core is gambling, because all you're doing is guessing. Unless you have inside information, you don't know. And a lot of people give me grief when I say, well, I would rather react to something than try to predict it. Because reacting, you may miss out on a portion of the move, but at least you know what, quote unquote, the move actually is. And then you can try to get in there and nickel and dime it or trade it however you see fit. But if you're in before, then all you're trying to do is predict, and all you're doing is flat out guessing. And the people that got in before these minutes were released and they were all bearish on things, they got absolutely roasted. Because as you saw, the Dow, boom, it boomed on them. So like I said, I get it. I want, if charts don't predict the future, then I don't want them. Well, no, nothing predicts the future. Again, charts are a tool to manage the unknown. But when the unknown becomes known, a chart is again a way to help get in there and react to it. I get it, not a popular word, but that's why I would prefer to react, because this whole case here summarizes that perfectly, where the whole general environment can be one way, and then all of a sudden things just stop making sense all of a sudden. And charts are a great way to navigate those rocky waters that we call the market. So if you don't use charts, I'm not saying they're perfect or anything like that, but they're definitely worth learning more about and perhaps adding into your tool belt So check them out. If you like my stuff, you can go to claytrader.com. I do offer courses on that. But even if you don't spend any money with me to learn charts, please at least consider them, because if you're out there frustrated by all these headlines, yeah, I get it. And that's why I choose to use technical analysis. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading, or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.